adorable, fragile, innocent little humans, but they are also extremely complex little creatures. Our group recently came across some really fun facts about babies, which are so surprising and maybe you have never heard before. So we have been doing some researches and would like to share with you guys some really amazing facts about newborn babies. So let's get started. Fact number 1. Even though newborns cry a lot, they don't shed any tears. Babies howl and scream for what they want or need, but they do not produce tears when they cry. That is because their tear glands and ducts are not entirely developed until about 2 or 3 weeks after birth. They do produce enough moisture to keep the eyes healthy, and it may leak if the tear duct is blocked. This can happen even when the baby is not crying, but they won't shed proper tears for several weeks. If you feel that your baby's eyes are often filled with tears, consult a pediatrician. Fact number 2. Babies technically don't have kneecaps. Babies are born without kneecaps. Yes, you heard that right. Babies have a structure of cartilage that resembles the kneecaps. These cartilage do not develop until they are fully 6 months old, and that is the reason why most babies crawl on the arms instead of on fours. In fact, babies can crawl as soon as they are born.
Number 3. Most babies are born without cone-shaped heads. It's common knowledge that newborns have short spots called first nails in their heads. But do you know your infant's scalp plates are flexible? During delivery, this bone shaped to have the baby fit through the cervical opening and narrow birth canal. All of that pressure of the scar can give it a table or cone-head shape, leaving the new child looking like an alien from a Dan Aykroyd movie. Not to worry, however, the condition is harmless and usually resolves on its own within a matter of weeks if not days. Number 4. Newborns are short-sighted. Newborn babies can only see clearly about 20 to 30 centimeters in front of their faces. Everything else is a blur of light, shape, and movement. Fortunately, this is the perfect distance for the baby to gaze into your eyes when you fed her. By the time the baby is 1 or 2 months old, she will be able to focus her eyes on a toy when you move it in front of her face. But they can only see the shade of gray. And by the time the 4th trimester, she'll be able to see close-up colors and shape much more clearly.
5. Some babies born with blue or gray dye often have eye color change over the first year. Many babies will have light colored eyes at birth, but eye color continues to develop for months after birth. Some babies may be born with blue eyes, but others born with brown or hazel eyes. Eye color, just like skin and hair color, is determined by melanin. These natural pigments are produced by cells called melanocytes. Melanocytes help provide protection from sun damage and increase their production in response to sun exposure. When a baby is born, his eye may be light or even blue, but they will likely change color as the melanocytes respond to light. 6. Some newborns have white hair over the body called lanucle. It will fall out after a few weeks. The nucle is a special type of body hair found on newborn babies. The sight of a baby covered in hair can be distressing, but it is perfectly normal. Not all babies are born with lanucle, but all of them were coated with it in the womb. The hair usually goes away before birth, but sometimes it sticks around until a baby is born or even for a few months after. Most often, this soft, downy Hair appear on preemies, but full-term newborn are sometimes born with a newborn too. While it can be a surprise for parents to see, it's not a cause for concern.
A newborn baby is born with 300 bones. Some of the bones babies have are made out of cartilage that allows them to be less prone to bone breaks while they are learning to crawl and walk. As they grow, those bones fuse together to form the 206 bones that adults have. For example, the skull of the baby has several bones that overlap one another during the birth to help the baby squeeze out. Babies also have a very soft spot on the head called fontanelle. Before the skull grows completely, it is just a squishy and sensitive area, but these pieces eventually join to make one solid bone. Baby stomachs are surprisingly tiny. Often, brand new mothers get told, "Your baby seems to be on the breast every hour. They must be starving and not getting enough." But they don't know that a newborn stomach is only the size of a marble. This explains why very young babies need to feed so often. They just don't have room in their tiny tummies to drink all the milk they need at once. Your baby's stomach will grow quickly, reaching the size of an apricot by the end of the first week, and the size of a large hen egg by the end of 2 weeks. This is the end of our news report. Thank you for watching.